In the beginning. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you want more content like this. And leave a comment.
Lamar, the excuse I'm getting is they didn't run the ball enough. Besides Lamar's scrambles, I think it was 6 rushes. And I get that. But you cannot be a fan of Lamar Jackson and telling me all year he's this elite quarterback, he is the best quarterback or the second best quarterback, he's the MVP, he's the all-pro, he's the chosen one. And when they decide to put the ball in his hands in the biggest game of the year and he underperforms, you flip the script and tell me, oh, the ball shouldn't have been in his hand. They should have been running the whole game. Now, half of that is true. The O coordinators definitely should have ran the ball more. But y'all are telling me this is the guy. And when we rate other quarterbacks and judge other quarterbacks, and these are the type of games they have where the offensive coordinator is not running the ball or the run is just getting stuffed and it's in the quarterback's hands. When these other top quarterbacks underperform, we're at their neck. And I will say the names. Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, the game that he played bad, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. When these guys play bad because the ball is in their hands and they need to make plays, they're getting crucified. You can't. I don't hear a lot of people screaming the offensive coordinators' names or the running backs' names, so I just can't give my boy Lamar that excuse. I do not dislike Lamar Jackson, not one bit. I might troll a little bit because I know Ravens fans, but I do not dislike Lamar Jackson. But that was the opportunity for the ball to be in his hands and for him to cement his legacy and go to the Super Bowl, correct? So, and I'm thinking from the point of view of a Cowboy fan, if this was Dak, and Dak was having this MVP, like he's probably going to win MVP, and that's the game he had in the NFC Championship, dude, you choked. Like, okay, y'all didn't get Pollard the ball only 6 times, blah, blah, blah. Dak is my elite MVP quarterback, right? He should take us to the promised land. Or at least lose in a more graceful way. Like, the first couple drives, a couple of the first couple drives Lamar had, I was like, okay, Lamar's on one. Like, he missed a couple throws, but the trick play and a couple scrambles, I'm like, he's on one. And then it's like, after halftime, I don't know what happened. Like, because the Chiefs' defense is good and all, but not 0 points in the second half of the AFC Championship good. So I think it was a choke job. He threw a pick into triple coverage with a drag route wide open. And that, to me, says he felt in his heart he wasn't doing enough. He had to make the big play. He felt like if I don't score on this drive, Patty and them are going to go score, and it's going to be tough. I felt like he was pressing the issue because he just didn't feel right. And that's not the trait of an elite quarterback. He's an elite playmaker. The elite quarterback thing, I'm still on the fences now because he still hasn't had his moment. Joe Burrow has had his moment. I want to say Josh Allen has had his moment, but he also can't get over the hump. So I'm not going to go that far, but a guy like Purdy just had his moment. Big moment, but we'll say that for later. Like, guys have their moment. Stafford a couple years ago had his moment. Lamar still hasn't had his moment. So I'm just not ready to say he's that guy, the chosen one. I feel like, once again, they choke, but I'm not going to, obviously, like I said, back to your pie chart question, it's not fully on Lamar. Zay Flowers, I don't know what Zay Flowers was doing in a couple of those plays because he was making splash plays, big-time plays, but you get a taunting penalty that moves you back. Then on the same drive, he hits you, you fumble at the end zone. Like, man, I wanted the Ravens to win that game. I'm a Mahomes fan, but I really wanted the Ravens to win that game. And I just don't know. A friend of mine thinks they have a 4-year window for a championship. Teams don't have 4-year windows. The NFL does not work that way. This is maybe next year, but this was about the best shot they're going to get. So that's my take on it, man.
All right, man. If I had to do a pie chart, I'm just gonna keep it a bean here. Lamar is gonna get 70% of this blame. I'm gonna give about 30 to Todd Monken. Zay Flowers, you don't get no blame. Like Zay Flowers, like, all right. My thing with Zay Flowers is like he made all the splash plays. He has 100 yards. He has 115 yards, 5 catches. He was the only receiver really getting off. I mean, the taunting penalty, I don't want to use the rookie excuse because, like, you're at the end of the year, you're damn near like a second-year player. But like, I understand your hype. Do I think it should have been called a penalty? Yes, because like, if we're gonna let niggas fucking spin the ball at motherfuckers' heads and flex over them, be prepared when you come over that middle, your head getting taken off. So it's like either or. So I respect the taunt. I respect that they threw a flag there because the offense does get away with some stuff on the offensive side in NFL football. But when he, you know what I'm saying, when he throws it across the middle, Zay Flowers, he sees the end zone, he dives like for the touchdown. I can't get mad at a player trying to make a play. Like defensive players get paid too. L'Jarius Sneed made a better play. Like he was there at the right time. If L'Jarius Sneed was a yard later, it would have been a touchdown. So it's just like football is a game of inches, and that was just an unfortunate break for the Ravens. Just like last week when Mecole Hardman fumbled into the end zone, we could have basically put the game away for the Bills. But the Chiefs still found a way to overcome that obstacle and win the game. So I mean, the game can change in so many directions, but like I wouldn't be like, oh, Zay Flowers, you cost us the game. Like, yeah, you guys might have scored, but that doesn't necessarily mean like you're gonna win the game. Like the Chiefs very well be like, all right, now the game's closer. Now we're gonna actually put a drive together and go score. Which besides that drive, the Ravens didn't show the ability to come close to scoring a touchdown. So, and that both of their touchdowns resulted in broken plays. So, I mean, Lamar made a special plays to Zay Flower in the first quarter. I'm like, okay, like you said, Lamar's on one. But like throughout the game, he like I don't like he's missing throws. We forgot about the strip sack. You holding on to the ball too long. The play where you're trying to get it to Bateman, but there's still an internal clock. Every quarterback wishes they could wait. Like that happens to every quarterback. It's unfortunate for him, but like again, you lost the ball. Again, and a testament to the Ravens defense, they didn't even let him score that drive. They went for it on 4th and 2, which is another topic we have to talk about later. They went for it on 4th and 1, and they got stuffed. And they could have took a 21-7 lead or 17-7 lead, but they came out with 0. And the defense kept you in the game and kept you in the game and kept you in the game. And I can understand pressing a bit. Like I can understand you got the GOAT on the other side. You got Patrick Mahomes on the other side. Like it feels like at any moment he gonna respond or he gonna have that drive to put you away. But your defense shut them down. And you could not get your team over the hump. And like you said, man, Todd Monken quite literally put the game in Lamar's hands. If this is any other quarterback, see, this is my problem, man. Last week we were crucifying Josh Allen because Josh Allen made the right read to Shakir and had Chris Jones basically push Deion Dawkins into his lap and mess up his throw for a touchdown. But motherfuckers were saying that was the wrong read. He should have threw it to Stephon Diggs, made it easier for a possible field goal or to get the first down and waste more clock. Listen, touchdowns aren't guaranteed. If it's there, it's there. Your defense, they get paid to make stops too. I understand it's Patrick Mahomes and he can drive down the field, but Patrick Mahomes still has to drive down the field and score a touchdown. Like if that's how you lose, that's just how you lose. Like, I mean, Josh Allen balled out and he was called overrated. He can't go over the hump. Like, but I mean, I feel like that's just a testament to Patrick Mahomes. Like, there's one game Patrick Mahomes blew him out. There's the last game that we all saw where I thought both quarterbacks played great. And then there's the fucking 11-second game where there's no way my defense should give up a field goal in 11 seconds of game time. But, I mean, that's neither here or there. But Lamar has beat Ryan Tannehill, and he's beat a rookie C.J. Stroud in which the Houston's offense didn't even score that game. And he's never beat a team that scored more than 13 points. don't know where I am right now. Obviously, I want to say I think Lamar is a great quarterback. He's a top 5 talent in the league, one of the best football players I've ever seen. But he's 2-4 in the playoffs. He's accounted for 9 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. If you're just looking at passing, he has in 6 games, he's thrown 6 passing touchdowns and 6 interceptions. His quarterback rating is a 75. And we're crucifying a guy in Josh Allen. Every year we crucify this guy, Josh Allen, saying he's overrated. Josh Allen has 21 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in 10 playoff games.
Jeez.
Like, and with 100 passer rating. Like, I'm not seeing it. You got Dak Prescott. We were just saying the same shit about him, like you said. He went up against Jordan Love, and he was not. I mean, he has amazing stats. Yeah, he had amazing stats at the end of the game, but like the run game, like the game got out of hand, so you couldn't run the ball anymore. Now it's in your hands, and Dak quite literally put the nail in the coffin when he tried to force it to CD, and it got picked off for a pick 6, and the game felt like it was over after that point. Like, you gotta, like, if it just so happens to be a day where you gotta respond with the other quarterback, that's what you gotta do. And Dak Prescott couldn't do that. Brock Purdy, he could have shit the bed 2 weeks in a row. And he came back. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know where I am with Lamar.
I feel like we're at a point where people are getting something confused. Lamar Jackson is a top 5 talent in the league, football talent. When it comes to, listen, drop back in that pocket and put us on your back, he's not top 5 there. He's top 5, especially with like a lead or something. Oh, he is. If they got the lead, you might as well forget about it because he could do so much. But if they're down, I'm not sure if I want Lamar Jackson to be my quarterback first. Well, obviously not first. We're picking Mahomes. But second, I don't know if I want Lamar Jackson to be my quarterback second if I'm down because his skill set just changes. And I'm not sure why because you can still run the ball. But it's like when he gets down or things start feeling nervous, and I told you the same thing about my boy Dak, he gets that look in his eyes. When he starts throwing that helmet, when Lamar starts throwing that helmet, it's the same as when Dak gets that wide, googly eye and that look, man. It's the same thing. It's dangerous. When Lamar throw that helmet, it's dangerous. And when Dak get them wide eyes, it's dangerous. They lose. I know they'll never come out and say this, but it just feels like they lose confidence in themselves. And the quarterbacks I'm watching, and including Jared Goff, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, Burrow's hurt this year, but Joe Burrow, when things go wrong for them, they look calm, cool, and collected. And I just don't see that trait with the Daks, the Lamars, even though Lamar is, don't get me wrong, Lamar is better than Dak Prescott. But I feel like they have the same dynamic in that example where it's like, damn, things are going wrong and this might get ugly soon. And now they're just pressing the issue. I feel like the guys like I just named, they don't press the issue. Josh Allen does sometimes. But the rest of those guys don't really press the issue as hard, and it's just something you're born with, man. That's who they are at heart. And
you know, I don't really see like in the games that maybe besides his first game against Deshaun Watson when they played the Texans in his first playoff game, I don't really see Josh Allen press the issue in playoff games. Like,
well, no, I just say games in general.
Yeah. Games in general, I understand, but like I'm just specifically talking the playoffs here. I don't really see him press the issue. I mean, people always try to give. I feel like Lamar. I don't know. I don't want to like I said, man. I am a Lamar fan, but I just want to keep it a beam. Like Lamar, he's so loved, and then also like so like scrutinized. It can go back and forth because it's like Lamar doesn't get his credit with certain things. Like certain things, Lamar does not get his credit, and I'm with that. Like I'm like yes, like they don't critique other quarterbacks sometimes as much as they do Lamar. But Lamar, you're a 2-time MVP now, 2-time first team All Pro. Obviously, you got better accolades than these other quarterbacks, and people are always like, oh well, he does more of his team. Well, he had the number 1 offense when he played against the Titans, and they shut them down. This year, they had damn near the best defense. This is the best defense Lamar's played with. And this year, people were saying, oh, like the weapons are there. They got the number 1 running game. And Lamar's part of that. Lamar wasn't taking off of his feet. OBJ was saying, like, yo, the whole game is different when you take off your feet. And, like, he still ain't do it. It was like my boy Quack said in the group chat, he was like, bro, stop trying to play like Mahomes and play like Lamar. Like,
exactly.
And play like Lamar. You don't have to. It's like people get into games with Mahomes and try to match. Like, you're not going to match Mahomes, bro. You need to play like yourself. Like, play within yourself. I feel like Josh was doing that last week when he ran for 100 and whatever yards. Why are you not escape? They don't even have their QB spy. Like, there were lanes to run around or like whatever, like to evade and get out. But it was like he was trying to be a pocket passer. And I was like, you're Lamar Action Jackson, bro. Like, get out, get a couple of yards, get 5, 3, 4, 5 yards, make it easier on third down for yourself. Like, he wasn't doing that. And then, like, the game, even with the Zay Flowers fumble, they came back down the field after the broken play and then the penalty and whatever. The game is still in hand. Dude, you throw into triple coverage, and the Ravens fans talking about some pass interference, bro. If the situation's reverse and there's 3 receivers in that area, do you think they're calling OPI?
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. I'm not hearing pass interference. That's a terrible throw. I'm not sure what he was looking at. That was one of the most egregious mistakes I've ever seen a top 5 quarterback make in my life. Like, at no point was that open. There was 3 Chiefs in the area, Kai. There's 3 Chiefs in the area. Why did he throw that? And then after that point, obviously, you got the slamming of the helmet. And the game is essentially over because, yeah, you might be able to score again. But one of these drives, Mahomes is going to put it away. And that's what he did on the last drive.
Yeah. And to your point of him need to play more like Lamar than Mahomes, even Mahomes toned it down. He wasn't out there just throwing it crazy, cross body, no look, sidearm. Mahomes played one of the most like game manager games I've seen him play in a long time. He forced nothing.